Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Monday, November 15th, or if you're in Australia, New Zealand, you could be listening to this tomorrow or yesterday. Sorry, Tuesday the 16th. It's hard enough to keep track of what time it is here. Today we have the moon in Aries, and of course, whenever the moon is in Aries, we are ripe for action. And this promises to be a very action-packed week. We have an eclipse coming at the end of the week. It's a full moon eclipse. And we have Mars-Uranus opposition coming up, which is always which can create unexpected actions and the like, or perhaps expected actions, but certainly revolutionary action. So there's a lot of tension, and that Aries moon, of course, doesn't really quell that in any way, shape, or form. We do have two major aspects today that are worth talking about. One is a square between Venus and Chiron. Venus is in Capricorn right now. The question of Venus in Capricorn is, do you have, what's the word I'm looking for? Do you have dominion over your own values? Do you have power? One of the things that Venus in Capricorn does have is the power of the purse, where you choose to put your resources. And we're going to have Venus being retrograde in Capricorn. Venus is actually in Capricorn until March 6th because of its retrograde cycle, which begins in December and ends at the end of January. So we're in for a lot of reevaluation of that which is important. But today, with the square to Chiron, we can feel a little vulnerable. We can feel as if our values are being attacked. And we can feel as though we have, to a certain extent, lost some of our own rights here. And, of course, we will fight for those. Just because the square is there doesn't mean we're not willing to, fight for it. But the square is a crisis in consciousness square, so it has more to do with changing your mind about things and perhaps letting go of some of the values that you've had previously that no longer sort of fit into the new paradigm that you find yourself in. The other thing happening today is a square between the Sun and Jupiter. The Sun and Jupiter are the two largest heavenly bodies in our solar system. I think they make up like 90, and I could be wrong about this, 98% or 99% of the mass of our solar system. So we're dealing with, the king and the king. They're both sort of aspects of the king. And we have the square. And what it can do for us is it can make us over arrogant, over optimistic, over expansive, over emotional. Everything is sort of brought up to a higher level with this square. And this square is also a crisis in consciousness square. It has that energy of questioning authority. So we also have here in the States, we have a couple of things going on. We have two major trials going on simultaneously. The Ahmaud Arbery trial in Georgia, and the Rittenhouse trial in Wisconsin, I think. And so there's a lot sort of writing on what's going to be the say in the final say in these trials. Has the potential to really rile things up. So be aware, take care, don't overdo it yourself. You could feel like you can take on the world today, and the world may bite back quite harshly. So pace yourself. Be careful of coming from a wounded place with that Chiron square Venus. Try not to take things personally as best you can, and take the steps that are necessary for you to live a life that's in alignment with your own heart. Hear all those little birds? I love the little sparrows when they make all that noise. All right, guys. We got some giant rose hips here. Look at the size of these things. Goodness gracious. Very high in vitamin C. I think I could make tea out of those. Anyway, have yourself a great day. Like, subscribe, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care.